The man accused of hitting and killing a Santaquin police officer with a semi-truck last week is in court for his first appearance today.
But I'm getting too nice with this. Ain't no way that I'm going outside. My pockets been heavy as shit.
What's poppin', M2T? It's your boy Run on the channel to be. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, share, and subscribe button whenever you're pulling up to the channel. And while you at it, hit that post notification button for your boy so whenever I drop, we can hop up in the truck and roll with me. See what's poppin'. How y'all doing today, fam? Shout out M2T, man. I miss y'all, man. Hey, man, I've had a long couple of weeks, man. But you know what, man? God got me through it. I appreciate the prayers, fam. You know what I mean? A family that pray together, stay together, man. So, man, shout out to y'all, M2T. Man, y'all the fam, man. I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man, for understanding, you know, what your boy been going through. But guess what? Today, we back on, baby. It's back on and popping. You know what I'm saying? It's Monday. I got a good story for y'all. I just want to let y'all know. Y'all got to get ready for this. It's an update, but it's a damn good one. So, before we get into it, we're going to have a word from our partner. So, we'll be back after this message.
What's up, M2T fam? Merch is available now. We have styles for the men and the ladies. Visit our catalog and check out our inventory. What you waiting for? Go to marriedtotrucking.store.
Now, as y'all know, May 5th, there was a truck driver that was 41 years old, Trucker Jane. Trucker Jane was in the process of being pulled over by Utah officers. And in the process of them pulling him over, he ended up leaving, turning around, beelining for the officers, hitting the officers, and end up murdering one of the officers. For you guys that don't know about this story, I want y'all to check this out.
It started this morning in central Utah with a call to 911 and dispatch. The report was that someone was standing on the back of a semi-trailer as it was headed north on I-15. They're told the Santaquin officer was assisting with that call. Of course, this was the scene afterwards on I-15, a scene that left the freeway shut down in both directions for hours. Investigators say officers spotted the semi before 6:30, and they simply initiated a stop. But it was during that stop that the situation went south.
The driver of the semi fled and drove northbound a short distance before turning around and driving the wrong way back towards the Santaquin officer as well as the UHP trooper.
As police are describing it, the semi hit the Santaquin officer, also his car, as well as a UHP trooper's cruiser. We're told the officer was killed during the collision. Police say the suspect ran from the scene and then is believed to have stolen multiple cars, including a white Ford F-150. They put out that description along with the driver's license photo of 42-year-old Michael Aaron Jane, who they identified as the suspect. Finally, just before 11:45, we learned Jane had been apprehended. Investigators say he was taken into custody near Vernal in a short pursuit where he wrecked.
That was crazy. Now, when we covered that story, it was insane because I can't even imagine the truck driver putting himself in that kind of position, M2T. You know what I mean? We might put ourselves in a whole lot of positions, but messing with them DPS officers and them laws like that, I just can't see a whole lot of us doing some crazy stuff like that. Now, they did catch him, as y'all seen him, you know what I'm saying? Now, they have an update on Trucker Jane. All right, let's check this. Let's check this out. It get even more crazier.
Today we're hearing from 42-year-old Michael Jane for the very first time in a virtual hearing with the 4th Judicial District Court here in Utah County. I want to give you a little bit of a look at what we saw this afternoon. Judge Robert Lund explained Jane's charges to him. It's 9 separate counts, including aggravated murder, attempted aggravated murder, and aggravated kidnapping. Jane was at the hearing virtually again from Utah County Jail over in Spanish Fork. Now, he was a bit hard to hear. It appeared he was sitting, maybe in a wheelchair. He seemed to have a neck brace and an oxygen tube on. When Judge Lund asked Jane to raise his right hand, he says he physically couldn't. Now, he didn't speak much during his appearance, but this was the first time we clearly heard from him. Listen in.
I have no access to any funds. I don't have any access to any money, and I don't have the ability to afford to pay for a lawyer, Judge.
Okay, it was fairly short and quick. We heard from Jane around 3:45 this afternoon. Now, Judge Lund explained to Jane some of the possible penalties he could be facing, and he says the death penalty is not off the table. Jane is scheduled in court back on next Tuesday.
He up in court looking like a damn. I'ma tell you something. He don't even really look like the same dude to me, y'all. What y'all think? That looked like a totally different dude. I'm like, who is that? That's the idiot. Say, yeah, I can't afford a lawyer. I ain't got no money. Man, we gonna talk about this. You out here acting a damn fool, but you ain't even suited up and booted up for whenever it pop off and go down, and you gotta have the proper representation. Man, this is a damn fool, y'all. Y'all see how he was looking? Man, we got a report that was published by CDL Life. Shout out to CDL Life, man, for looking out for us on this report. This report finna give it to us all, y'all. Let's check it out. Boom, y'all see that? All right, let's run it down. Driver who ran over officer was holding woman hostage in cab. The truck driver accused of running over a police officer in Utah last weekend was allegedly holding a woman hostage when he was pulled over. 42-year-old truck driver Michael Aaron Jane was arrested after attempting to run over a police officer during a traffic stop at about 6 a.m. on Sunday, May 5th. Now, documents regarding the case have been released, revealing that a woman was inside of his cab at the time of the incident. Y'all said that, man. There's got to be more to that. Y'all said it. It was definitely more to it. He got a whole woman in the cab with him. Why he doing all this? According to KUTV2, Jane was driving north on Interstate 15 near Santaquin, Utah, when a caller contacted police to report that someone was riding on the back of his trailer and that the Hell's Angels were targeting the driver of the truck. Now, what the hell is the Hell Angels got to do with all this? I ain't gonna hold a fold you. He do look like a biker. Like whenever you ain't trucking it, that's just my opinion. What the hell is the Hell Angels doing targeting the truck? Now, we was saying, y'all, well, who was on the back of the truck? We trying to figure out who was on the back of the truck. Was it one of them Hell Angels, trying to get inside of the truck? Because they was targeting it. Sergeant Hauser and a highway patrol trooper pulled the semi-truck over, but Jane was uncooperative and would not answer questions from the officers. The officers made several attempts to reassure Jane of the reason for the stop and that he was not in any trouble with them. They told Jane they were there trying to help. So they ain't not trying to plea bargain, man. We ain't here we just want you to know, man, we trying to help you. We just want to talk to you. A woman then jumped out of the cab of the truck and ran the officers with her hands up. And that's when the officers decided to take Jane into custody. The highway patrol officer then instructed Jane to step out, but he locked the cab doors and drove off. When she hopped out that cab and got to hollering and screaming, and them officers saw what the play really was. Oh, you got somebody in it? Get up out of there. Skirt! He burned out. Sergeant Hauser and Trooper Griffiths begun to run back toward their vehicles. As they were running with their backs to the fleeing semi-truck, the driver, Jane, began to make a sharp U-turn in the northbound lane of travel and began to head south directly toward the officers and female. The court documents continue. Jane then accelerated suddenly and turned the truck directly towards Sergeant Hauser and hit him from behind, murdering him. Come on, man. Come on, M2T. He literally beeline for this officer. This officer was running for his dear life, and he got hit from behind. Jane then aimed the truck for the woman and the highway patrol officer, but they were able to jump out of the way. So after he hit the one officer, now he done aimed the truck for the female and the other officer. This is a damn fool, man. Jane then drove to a gas station 100 feet away and attempted to steal 2 vehicles before finding another unlocked semi-truck with the keys inside. Jane then drove the semi-truck away. Jane drove to Mona, where he found a 1976 Ford 250 with the keys also inside, and drove it to Naffy. And then Mount Pleasant. Jane drove to a remote house where no one was home. He then, after looking through the windows, got back in the F-250 truck and drove it into the garage. The document stated, Jane entered the home through the garage and stole boots and the keys to a white Ford F-150. This brother's just still, he's going to house, he's just stealing trucks. He by any means necessary, it's on his mind to get away. Jane then drove to Vermont and he hitting city after city while he doing it, where he was located on reports of a stolen vehicle. He led police on a high-speed chase until officers were able to stop him with a pit maneuver. He was then transported to a hospital. The woman who exited the cab of Jane's semi-truck told officers that she was riding voluntarily with Jane until they got into an argument at a truck stop in Beaver, where he drove away without her. Now, what was she drove voluntarily. Okay, she kept it a buck. I'm just driving voluntarily with. What you doing in a truck with a truck driver voluntarily? What you doing hopping up in a truck with a trucker? Y'all tell me. Get in them comments. He later came back and then drove off several times, trying to get her to come back on the road with him, until he eventually threatened her with bear spray and a knife. This dude is he's an idiot. What a idiot. Come on, M2T. Come on, man. He threatened this woman with bear spray and a knife, and she got back into the truck out of fear. When officers stopped Jane and his attention was distracted, the woman fled out of the passenger side of the semi-truck and ran around the back of the truck, where she made contact with Sergeant Hauser, pleading for help. The document stated, Jane has a criminal history, including several convictions for assault on an officer with a deadly weapon and domestic violence. Other prior convictions including battery on an officer, resisting arrest, threats of violence towards police, vandalism, felon and possession of firearm and body armor, interruption damage to communication device, and felony evading. In 2010, he was convicted of attempting to run over an Oregon police officer with a vehicle. So that's his MO, M2T. Y'all see it just like I see it. This dude has a vendetta for police officers. This dude got a history of handling police officers. How is he even still on the street? Come on, man. It's got to make sense. Make it make sense, M2T. For this most recent incident, Jane has been charged with aggravated murder targeting law enforcement, attempted murder targeting law enforcement, attempted murder, aggravated kidnapping, a felony evading, 3 counts of vehicle theft, and aggravated burglary. As of Sunday, May 12, Jane is on federal probation. Sergeant Hauser's funeral will be held on Monday, May 13th. That's the report. This guy, they said as of Sunday, May 12, Jane is on federal probation. So this guy is on federal probation. That's the report right there, M2T. Everything I say from this point on is allegedly found. Come on, man. Did y'all hear all this stuff that this dude done did? Y'all see all them charges? What is Trucker Jane, first of all, doing behind an 18-wheeler? Second of all, how is he even out on the street? I can't even explain it. I can't explain it. Y'all get in them comments, hit that like button. Let me know what y'all think about this update. Let me know what y'all think about this. I appreciate y'all looking out for me, M2T. Shout out to all my subscribers, A1 Day 1. Shout out to the guests that's pulling up on me. I appreciate that, man. We gonna have a good week, you guys. It's the beginning of the week. Let's go on and get our money. Let's get the bag secured so we can get back home to the fam. All right? Y'all already know I love y'all. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And until the next time, it's your boy.
I just got in a whole brand new bag. I'm running around.